Did you know that if you're charged with a crime and have a trial, there's actually 2 phases to the trial? In this video, I'll explain the 2 very different phases of a trial and the purpose of each phase. And if you stay to the end, I'll tell you something that you may already know, is that why sometimes there's only 1 phase to the trial. And that will be very good news for you. Hello folks, I'm Andrew Williams. This is another edition of the Fedora Lawyer. I'm board certified in criminal law, and I have 30 years of trial experience behind me. On this channel, I share my experience with you to help you better understand the law and possibly use it to your benefit. As always, on this channel, I provide you with general, practical legal information, but the law may vary from one jurisdiction to the next. Therefore, if you do have a legal problem, make sure you consult an attorney in your area where you live to properly advise you about the facts and circumstances surrounding your particular case. All right, let's get started. In most jurisdictions, trials are bifurcated, which means they have 2 parts or 2 phases. You always have to prepare for both phases of the trial because you don't know how the first phase is going to turn out. Now, the first phase is also called the guilt-innocence phase, even though you're never really found innocent. A jury only determines whether you're guilty or not guilty. You're never found innocent by the jury. You're either guilty or not guilty. The guilt-innocence phase is the phase of the trial where the evidence is presented, witnesses testify under direct and cross-examination. Now, this is the phase you always see on TV and in the movies because it's always more interesting. But if you're unfortunate enough to be found guilty by the jury in phase 1, then you move on to the second phase, which is called the punishment phase. In the punishment phase, the jury will hear additional testimony and evidence in order to decide how you should be punished for your crime. Should you go to jail or maybe get probation? And the type of punishment depends on the facts of the crime you committed, your personal background, and whether you have prior convictions and what those convictions are for. If it's your first offense, you have a good shot at getting probation if it's not a really serious crime like murder or robbery or kidnapping, something like that. And you're more likely to get probation for your first offense than you are if you have a bunch of prior convictions. Okay, that's what bifurcated trials are. That's how they work. Phase 1, the jury determines whether you're guilty or not guilty. And if you're found guilty, then the jury moves on and determines your punishment in phase 2. And by now, you probably know why there's sometimes only 1 phase to the trial. And that's good news for you, because if you're found not guilty, there's no phase 2, and you go home right after phase 1 with a great big smile on your face. All right, I hope this information was helpful. If it was, hit the like button for me. Maybe someone else will come across it and find it helpful as well. For more information on other legal topics, visit my website at fedoralawyer.com. If you're on probation, check out this video to show you how to get off probation early. I always tell my clients, never stay on probation the whole time if you can help it. For now, this is the Fedora Lawyer signing off.